Hi, I'm AJ Hoge. I will be your teacher during this entire Effortless English pronunciation course. I'm excited to help you speak with an American accent. Okay, so one of the key things about the Effortless English pronunciation course is that it's a training course. I'm not just going to teach you the sounds. That's not enough. You have to think of this like an athlete. Like a football player, a soccer player, as we say in America. They don't just study books, right? A great soccer player does not just read books about soccer to become great. No, what do? They go out onto the field and they practice the skills. They're actually using their body, practicing the skills to become good soccer players or great soccer players. Well, in fact, pronunciation in many ways is a physical skill. It's almost like a sport, right? You have to teach your tongue to move in a certain way and teach your mouth muscles to move in different ways. And the muscles in your throat have to learn to move in a different way. And you can't get that skill just by reading a book. And you cannot get that skill only by listening to me on the video. You have to practice, and that's why the training audios are so important. And that's why I say this is a training course, because it's daily practice. It's a method of practice. This is a deep learning method. It means you're practicing for mastery. You're practicing to get those skills so that your skills get better, not just to know. It doesn't help if you just know, okay, my tongue has to go up when I make this sound. That's not enough, because when you're really speaking quickly, you're just going to forget. And then you'll make the same pronunciation mistakes. No, you have to train, practice making your tongue go to the right position again and again and again and again and again. Eventually, it will become a habit. It will become automatic, but it requires practice. And so that's why every unit, 5 days. So you repeat the same training audio for 5 days. Now, a lot of people who are English learners have problems with English pronunciation, and especially with being understood, especially being understood by native speakers, Americans, Canadians, British people, etc. And I know that a lot of learners worry about specific sounds. Some people it's the R and the L sound. For some people it's the TH sound. For some people it's different vowel sounds. But what most learners don't realize is that the biggest problem of all, the reason that people don't understand you, it's usually not some small specific sound. It's actually something much bigger, and that is rhythm. Rhythm. Because every language is like music. It has its own music, right? Japanese has a certain rhythm, a certain music. Spanish has a certain music or rhythm, and so does English. And probably the biggest problem in pronunciation for most learners is that their rhythm is completely wrong. When you speak in a strange rhythm, native speakers struggle to understand you. They have a difficulty understanding you. So, for example, Japanese can be kind of that's what it sounds like to me. So if you speak English like that, with this kind of rhythm, it sounds very strange, and especially for American, Canadian, it's hard for their brains to understand it, much harder. So getting the rhythm, the music of English correct, it's a huge improvement. It will help you be understood much, much better. Pitch and volume. What is pitch? What is volume? Pitch is really the tone. That means, if you think of music, right, we have tones that go higher and tones that go lower. So it's the highness or the lowness. Now in music, they have musical notes, A, B, C, and they have scales, da, 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 da. In music, you have that. Well, guess what? In language also, if you listen carefully to English or any language, you will hear that the speakers will sometimes go up and sometimes they go down. Now, every speaker is a little different. Some people have higher voices, some people have lower voices, but the changes in pitch, the rise and the drop, can be important. In some languages, these changes in tone or pitch are super important. So languages like different Chinese languages, Thai, where the pitch can actually change the meaning. In English, it's less important, but you still need to hear it. You still need to get your pitch and tone correct. You need to go up when you're supposed to go up, and you need to drop when you're supposed to drop. Volume is another one. Volume just means loudness. Loudness. So again, in speaking, sometimes we'll say certain words or phrases more loudly. Usually because we want to stress those words. We want to emphasize those words because they're a little more important. So, and we can even change the feeling of a sentence depending on which word we say the loudest. The truth is, in natural, real conversations, we often combine words. We push two words or sometimes even three words together and we say them like one word. I call these mashups. To mash is to press something together. So that's my name. I call them mashups. The technical name is phrase reductions. But let's just call it mashups. It's more fun. Sounds more natural. Let me give you an example. If you pronounce word by word, you would say, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? But almost no American will actually say that. What will they actually say if they're speaking naturally and quickly? They'll say, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?